Something is up with the timer. The timer keeps restarting. What is up with the timer? Definitely going to be starting a lot sooner than 59 minutes. Let's try 30. Keep an eye on that for a minute. Alright, so I already got the plane set up. I wanted to get that out of the way. And, so we randomly picked a plane and tried to pick some place that's, you know, less than 100 miles away. Try to keep it under an hour. That's the goal. If we crash, it's going to make the live stream a lot shorter. So, if you're just tuning in, you're like, what is this? What is this? Well, in the description, this is what it says. This live stream is about testing out a new idea for a 30-minute to 1-hour live stream using Microsoft Flight Simulator, MSFS. Will I crash a celebrity? After several years of trying to learn how to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm finally doing cross-country flights. And imagine what it would be like being a private pilot for my favorite and random celebrities. Then I started thinking about the doubt and guilt of being responsible for them. Can I do it? I still crash a lot on my own. I make a lot of mistakes. On top of that, I have a timer and an app to change the percentage chance of a failure. To make it worse, there will be regular random dice rolls for variable random events in the event we do not get any viewer participation. Usually that's the way it's supposed to work. That the viewers are supposed to get involved, and you don't have to donate much, $1, and you can trigger a dice roll. Every 5 minutes, we're supposed to make something happen. Something is supposed to happen, and we have another timer on here. And this timer, if it shows up here, is a 5-minute timer. Where's the flame timer in here? Here we go. Here it is. This timer, every 5 minutes, we're going to roll some dice and determine what happens. So on the failure screen, so we will roll a 6-sided dice every 5 minutes during the flight, or thereabouts. Do the best we can. And if it's a 1, set all failures. That means we set everything to fail on a percentage if we raise it a little bit. Number 2 would be a system failure, specific. Number 3, an engine failure. Number 4, a panel failure. Number 5, a weather failure in the simulator. And 6 would be nothing. And again, viewers, if you're tuning in, thinking, this is interesting, you can make things more interesting. A donation triggers another roll. Another 6-sided dice roll. Or something in failure. So, sometimes the dice rolls seem to hurt. Mostly hurt. And I haven't quite worked out the mechanics to favor it to be fair at all. I don't know. It's usually favored in crashing a lot at the moment. The last one we did with my last guest celebrity, I put her down onto the ground, and we got to the ground, but we only made it about halfway. Made for a rather short live stream. All right, so let me think if there's anything else I need to do before we get going here. You're gonna hear the timer go off in a moment. This music is from a special friend. All right, so I will be right back. Let me get a cup of coffee. We'll be starting shortly. What's up with the timer, OBS? This is their timer, too. This is the built-in timer from OBS. And it keeps glitching. It won't count down all the way. It glitched last night, then it started working great, and I thought, oh, perfect. Good, it sorted itself out. It's unsorted itself again. Sir and or madam. Either way, we'll be getting started soon. We've got the preliminary stuff out of the way. I don't know if the timer's working. 28 minutes. But it's like it started over again. And now the scripts panel doesn't want to open. Ah, that's lovely. What's going on with the scripts panel? And now the alarm didn't go off? What's up with the alarms now? All right, so I've got my celebrity guest already set up with a plane, and we've got a flight. And we randomly picked the plane. So we're going to get going here. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Noob Flights. Yeah, I'm just getting good enough to where I'm starting to learn how to do all my cross countries and, you know, imagining what it's like actually being a pilot, and then what would it be like flying around my favorite celebrities and random celebrities. You know, could I handle the pressure? Will I crack? And then to make matters worse, yeah, increasing difficulties. So all in all, it's still good. It's all good practice on how to deal with emergencies. So I'm a sim enthusiast. I'm not a professional pilot in any way. And the more and more we play these things in the community, we find that, oh, I really wish I could have passengers. I really wish we had a way to put real people on these flights and make it a fun experience for them. How do we make somebody a passenger? And again, who just wants to sit there? I mean, maybe some people are into that. They wouldn't mind. There are videos on YouTube of live streaming just airline looking out a window. Just people want to hear the airline noise. 10 hours of airline flying noise. Wow. I noticed right now that the live time and weather was tweaked. Let's see if we can get it. That's better. So we start out everything usually just mostly favorable conditions. Hopefully we're not getting any lag. Seems a little bit slow. Yeah, she does seem a bit laggy. All right, we'll see what we get. Okay, now we have to start the on our failures panel. One moment. Okay. So on our failures panel, we now have to start it. Hang on a second. I want to see if this timer counts down. And we get our alarm. We're supposed to get an alarm. And a graphic warning us that danger. Turn this countdown timer off. Right on, we're going to be doing Zoltan. That's going to be a tricky one because it's a long flight. So we're going to have to use teleports, which makes things even more interesting. When you teleport an airliner, it's sometimes not real smooth yet. Where's our alarm? How weird. Normally we get this blap, blap, blap alarm noise, and then you get this thing that lights on fire above you. How weird. That was working last night. Definitely need to find out what's up with that, because that makes it all exciting. Oh, nerve-wracking when that thing goes off. Starts to get to you, you know? That's kind of the point. All right, well, let's start it anyway. We go back to our failures tab, and we start it. We're officially on the clock now, and there's a... at the moment, there's a 2% chance everything could fail. And in 5 minutes, something else happens. So, let's get our celebrity into the air. Sit back. If you could be laying back down there, I expect that at his age, he would be laying back there. I'd make it all cush for him. Yeah. Lay back there, sir. I loved your movies, by the way. You know, everything you played, I really dug all your stuff. So, I'm going to try to get you there in one piece. Normally, during the day, we do everything by the book. Check lists and check sky vectors and file, you know, make flight plans and, you know, and this isn't any of that. If you'd like to learn how to fly, like and subscribe. And during the week, I'm usually just doing flying these things or airliners and learning how to fly and practicing things. Practice. Yeah, and I'm no pilot. I'm an enthusiast. Just a flight sim fan. But trying to learn how to do everything the real world way. Like, what would we do if we had to go down and get our sport license? You know? Can we, you know, would we be comfortable going down and taking a visual flight rules test or instrument flight rules? Getting pretty good now. We're up to jetliners now and entering things into the master computers manually, creating manual flight plans in SkyVector, learning how to import flight plans from SimBrief. All right, we need to head south. One minute and 56 seconds until we roll for failure. You know what I haven't done is make sure that I open the chat room. I mean, that's... Normally I wouldn't pause. This is a demo. But I've got to make sure that... that I have the live streaming chat room in my eye at all times. So that if you want to participate... Hey, Hidalgo says, title makes no sense, annoying, unsubbed. Really? It makes perfect sense. What? Okay. Okay, I thought it made perfect sense. Hey, if maybe, you know, could be. I could be wrong. Maybe the title is too confusing. Will I crash the celebrity? Seems pretty straightforward to me. But it's cool, Hidalgo. Hey, you know what? Everybody's annoyed at something. You can't please everybody. So, I'm sorry, sir. And or madam. Don't you imagine flying them around? All right. Yeah. So we're past the 5 minute point. We have to roll for a random event. There's our alarm. Oh yeah, you're looking at the Twitter screen. You don't want to see that. How did that get in there? Twitter. Yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, this is gonna be hard to do. Okay, we need to get over to our failure screen and we need to roll a 1d6. And we rolled a 6. So according to our chart here, nothing happens. So just keep heading south. So far, so good. So this one has already thrown me for a loop. A lot of these planes I have never flown before, and that's part of this training as well for myself. Like, okay. But now I'm starting to realize certain, the law of unforeseen consequences. In doing something like this, I haven't enough experience doing these yet to have anticipated or understand everything that can happen as a consequence of doing this. All right, so I know that I'm supposed to be heading south, but not filing and again, not doing the practice stuff. Beforehand, before the flight starts. All the flight planning, checking everything out, getting all your landmarks understood so you know where you're going. And this has no GPS and no autopilot. Dun, dun, dun. So that is making things difficult. All right, so one of the things we can do in Microsoft Flight Simulator, not in the real world, you can pull up our visual flight rules map. Come on, zoom out. And there's our plan. All right. All these little triangles are waypoints along the way. Airports. If something should go wrong, one of the rules that we're creating, we're making this up, a lot of this up as they go. If we can land and successfully land, if there's an engine failure, we can repair and keep going and try to get our celebrity to the destination. All right, so trying to make things nice for him back there. Hope you're doing all right back there, Mr. Celebrity. I'm going to kind of put us into kind of a cruise mode, ease up on the gas a little bit. Although, we were talking about that too, like, time is of the essence because you kind of want to beat the clock. So it's kind of a tough call between wanting to give him a really smooth ride and just open the thing up max speed. This does have old VOR radios. It's got the old radio stacks in here, so we could dial to VORs, but we're going to be worrying about other things. So the next random roll for a potential failure or weather effect or something is in 58 seconds. That title is annoying. Okay. All right. Okay. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Yeah, I've been learning to try to fly here for a couple of years, Mr. Celebrity, and now I'm trying to learn how to do it all in the real world. So, oh, there's our timer. Alright, we should be good and holding this straight line. The wind is not pushing us around too much. Hit refresh on that, go over to our panel screen. Been lucky so far. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. I thought this thing was supposed to speak. I don't want to cheat. This thing was speaking last night. Or I was hallucinating. Where's the settings again? Oh, it's got a spell searcher? How do we add spells to this game? Here we go. I'm going to cheat. This is a demo.
Rolled 1d6, 2.
Good.
Rolls were 2.
All right. So number 2, that would be a system failure. So we go to our systems tab. And now we need to roll like 2 d20s. And determine...
Roll 2d20, 26. Rolls were 6, 20.
Gear 2, and we need a percentage. You know, so now there's a chance that the gear will fail. So let's roll like a 10-sided dice.
Rolled 1d10, 9.
Okay. So
Rolls were 9.
We had 9%, I guess, for a gear failure. All right. Just to make sure it's working, hit stop. And then restart to make sure that that is now set. Good. 3 minutes and 15 seconds until the next possible failure. Let me pull up the VFR map again. Okay. I'm deviating from my course a little bit. And I'm looking for the nearest radio source, really. I see one down here. ELB. So I can try to dial my, you know, and instead of just flying around willy-nilly, see if I can dial that in here in a minute. Let's turn to the south. If you've never flown before, I think you're going to love Microsoft Flight Simulator. Its instructionals may seem limited, but if you actually do all their bush flying and activities that they have for you to do, they've got it structured in such a way you will pick it up. And you'll feel really good because they start you out old school with timers and watches, and it's not too difficult learning some basic navigation. And you'll be a pro in no time. I'm doing art, Mr. Celeb. I got some coffee and snacks. I know you like your snacks. And so got some coffee and snacks for you. Sounds like air traffic control wants us to go up to 7,000 feet. Again, we're not going to be following all the rules today strictly, but we can try to comply a little bit. Ease the nose up. So yeah, follow the highway. That way. In a plane like this, that's mostly all it is visual flight rules. We don't have any. I mean, we got VORs. I said I might pull one up and dial that into the compass, but usually when you're first starting out, you're not even learning how to do that. Using your compasses and you're mostly, here we go again. You're mostly just looking at the ground and following along, following the maps. Okay. We need to reset our flame timer. Come on. Okay, it reset. And now we need to roll one of the dice. 1d6.
Rolled 1d6, 6. Rolls
All right.
were 6.
We're lucky. 6. According to our panel here, nothing happens. You're lucky, sir. My celebrity guest. You know what? We haven't even applied his charisma or anything like that. Right? So there's a way in here, like with Dungeons and Dragons, to apply advantages. Right? So my celebrity guest who I flew earlier, I gave her some wicked advantages to alter the odds. So we should give this gentleman at least a couple of points, like a +1 modifier or a +2. We'll give him a +1. And you can, again, I don't know exactly how it's working, but there's how you apply their charisma. Uh-oh, we're off course. I'm supposed to have another timer going up there that's like 30 minutes, you know, trying to keep the flights entertaining. So it's, you know, I don't want to have to resort to teleporting. What we were doing earlier was every 5 minutes increasing the failure rate for everything by 5%. And we quickly discovered that after 25%, you're pretty much doomed. And after 25%, we're constantly falling out of the sky. So, you know, trying to make it more enjoyable so there's a chance that we can get there. I mean, there's still a good chance, especially if people were playing along in the chat room. Like, donate $1 and make us roll the dice again. Things are going too good on this flight, I'm going to make it. And if you don't like this celebrity, how could you not like him, though? Zoltan's flight is going to be a little bit specific because we need to get him to Portland, and the only way we can do that is with an airliner. So we're going to have to do a random roll on one of the 3 airliners. And I'm familiar with one and unfamiliar with the other 2. And then we have to use teleport to try to keep the flight under an hour. How did we get that far off? Oh my gosh, look at that. I went entirely the wrong way. I followed the wrong highway. Yep, I took a left turn. A bad left turn. Oh, I've just delayed us badly. That's why I should have dialed in that VOR. Should have pulled up Sky Vector. Yeah, I can still do it. went the wrong way. So let me open up Sky Vector. I should have had it ready to go to begin with. And right. So that VOR that I was looking for out here in here was called ELB, and it was near KSNA. I'm not sure where that's at. But either way, it's near it. So let's go back to Sky Vector. Clear all this out. This was my flight plan from earlier. See if we can just find ELB. Nice. Near Disneyland? Is that what it is? ELB on frequency 117.2. I'm reading that right there. So I need to dial in 117.2. All right, and make that active. And watch my needle. Center that puppy up. All right, we want to turn to a heading of heading of 300. All right. We were way off. Hang on, Mr. Celeb. I know you like that. Rolling around back there. Right on. Glad you're into it. Somewhere we missed a timer. We're back at 3:35. I know we missed a timer. So I'm going to roll another D6. It feels like we did.
Rolled 1d6 plus 1 plus cha, 0 4. Rolls were 3.
So is that a 3 then? If I'm reading that right? So a 3 would be a 3 would be an engine failure. So let's roll 2d20.
Rolled 2d20 plus 1 plus
29.
cha, 0 29. Rolls were 14, 14.
Good. It's high enough that there's still... It would be in the area where nothing happens. So, nothing happens. Whee! Luckiest flight so far, sir. All right, and now that I have us dialed into the compasser, we're on the way. Should have done it first. I know. I still make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, this is the luckiest flight so far. I have been crashing like mad. If you're a celebrity and you would like to schedule a celebrity flight and be on the show, I'd like to be doing I got a scheduled show with Zoltan coming up. He's a stand-up comedian out of San Diego. And I will have him most likely on the show. So hopefully we can get him on if he's got a few minutes, either before this weekend and his show in Portland, or after his show in Portland. If you've never seen Microsoft Flight Simulator before, this is all satellite driven. All the roads, all the trees, all the buildings, all the streets, everything. And then it's being photo mapped by Bing Maps. This is not a high-end computer. It will look much better, much better if you have a high-end computer. You will be pleased. If you don't have a high-end computer, you're still going to be pleased. Okay. 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Did another alarm not go off? What's going on? What a nice train yard down there. I used to play a lot of SimCity. Building train yards I thought was very difficult. Getting everything to work right in SimCity train-wise was always a challenge, but a lot of fun. I did try cities, but that was really interesting. This is a humongous train yard over here as well. More tracks. They designed it like I designed mine, all wonky. Not all slick like some amazing designers. I don't know, maybe that is. Maybe that's... Yeah, maybe so, with all that stuff in the middle. Maybe it is better. I wish Microsoft would pick up the Microsoft Golf since they've returned to Microsoft Flight Simulator, which we never thought that they would do. I wish they would pick up the Golf title again and start, since this idea for this flight simulator is more like a world simulator, and they're throwing so much different types of data sources at you: live weather, live air traffic, live multiplayer. So it's a world simulator, and it's an MMO, and it's this, and they're shoving all this satellite data at you and photo data that you can keep adding. You know, it seems like you can keep adding more and more to it. So I was talking with my buddy Paul the other day, and I said, yeah, it'd be great if we could fly to places, and then we have a reason for going. Let's go let's go play around a golf, man. So if you have Microsoft Flight Simulator and you have Microsoft Golf, once you taxi and one of your ground services could be go play around a golf. And like your nearest airports, it'll pull up all your nearest golf courses for that area. And you can immediately just teleport with your buddies in your group and play some golf. Get there. Microsoft had a wonderful relationship with Dovetail Games, and they owned like the International Pro Fishing title simulator. International Pro Fishing simulator. It'd be great if they could have that relationship with Dovetail again and put that in here. I'd like to fly my Icon onto the water or any other amphibious plane. Open the door, especially in the Icon. Being able to pop open the cockpit and toss out a line. Catch ourselves a pro fish. Oh, Kenny, now you're just being silly. But I'm not. This is the future. Why have this amazing world simulator and not start populating it with active modules? I better get in there and check our compass. We're still flying manually. So now when we look at our visual flight rules map, cheat a little bit and see where we are along the route. Where are we? What the heck? Am I tuned to the wrong VOR? Ah, this is maddening. Huh. And we got our timer going off. Okay. That's maddening. We better deal with our failure first. So refresh our failure, go to failures, roll our d6.
Rolled 1d6 plus 1 plus cha, 0, 5. Rolls were 4.
Okay, so that's a weather event. So there's 10 different weather events. Let's roll the 1d10.
Rolled 1d10 plus 1 plus cha, 0, 8. Rolls were 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How we're getting snow here, I don't know, but that just made things awful. Okay. Oh no, and we're icing up. We're immediately icing up. Okay. I need to be flying west. Oh, that's the 300 radial. No wonder I'm flying that way. Okay, we want the... Let's go back to our visual flight rules map. We want, if we don't come crashing out of the sky now, from ELB, we want the 150, 160 from ELB. Oh, this is bad. I can't see anything, and this is not the plane for it. Oh, this is bad. I see the ground. Our luck, I think, just ran out, Mr. Celebrity. Oh my goodness. I don't think this thing has any cold weather equipment. Nope. Can't see a thing, sir. I see Glendale on the map. That's... Okay, all we can do is try to hopefully maintain a positive climb, and I need to get this thing dialed to the 150. That'd be 150.8, buddy. Or the 350. So 240. I got the throttle open. We are climbing a little bit. Put the mixture all the way back for sure. Ooh, I see the ground down there. Yikes. I don't think we can. We're losing altitude. We're icing up, I think. You can see the tops of trees out there. Tops of buildings. Uh-oh. I don't know what the beeping is, but no beeping sounds good. Oh no, it's getting worse. So I'm having a voltage problem as well. I can't maintain lift. The nose doesn't want to hold. Well, yep, and we just stalled. Oh, we just crashed a celebrity. She flipped right over. I crashed our celebrity. Everything was going so good, and our luck ran out. Yeah, we iced up. No de-icing equipment, and we flipped over, nose straight into the ground. Oh, well. I don't think he's going to be too mad about it. He's already passed away. But I wanted to see if I... You know, there's nothing that says I can't fly people that are passed on. He was a celebrity. He still is a celebrity. So now I have the distinction of having crashed him again. And I'm not really happy about it. If you don't know who it is, and you're looking at the picture, I don't know how much I can say. You know? In that picture with the get-up he's wearing, with the hat he's wearing, he had a friend named Snake Plissken. And he drove a cab in a movie that I think everybody really loved him for. A character in a movie that everybody really loved him for. So, I think you know who it is now. Anyway, I crashed him. And that sucks. So, thanks for tuning into this episode of Noob Flights. Will I crash a celebrity? And I did. I'll be starting another one here shortly. I need to do some more testing and work out. Man, even with things set low, we still crashed. Work out Zoltan's flight. Oh, now I'm sad. I'm afraid I'm going to crash Zoltan. See you soon.